Okay, today we are playing a game on the Temple of Anubis. We are in the Silver SR range, and we will be playing Toes the entire way through. And that's about all there is to say, so let's start the game. So we're defending first. D.Va's the other tank we're playing with, so that's, like, not really ideal, but I mean, you know, I guess it could be worse. So May sort of tried to wall them off anyway. It wasn't super good, and we weren't in position to, like, capitalize on the wall anyway, so, you know. There was room for improvement on the wall. They've got Rhine, Sigma, which, don't try and charge through the point, don't try to charge through the choke point, like that in general, but especially when you're playing against a Junkrat, because you end up being just a little bit upset about it. So, they've got 2 shields, we've only got the 1. That's the main issue with having the D.Va. It's just gonna make it a lot harder for us to, like, stand toe-to-toe with them if they play the poking game with us, but fortunately their 2 tanks just kind of bailed right there, so we were able to, kill their back line, and now, yep, here comes Rhyme. Not exactly a hard one to predict, and we just sidestep him, he's fucking dead. He elongated his death about as long as he possibly could have, so Ryan wasted as much time as physically possible, all great for us. Now, they're starting to go through drastically undermanned. Moira's standing in that doorway just by herself right now. Look how far Moira has come, all the way by her lonesome. That was a little bit excessive, Junkrat. Just a little bit excessive right there. But I guess Moira's fucking dead. That'll show her. You know she's like, fucking Junkrat, dude. God damn it. So we have watched this person play before, and the main thing from that video was largely shield management. We're doing a lot better on that one in this game. We got, like, Toes ulted right here. You know, we don't have a defensive ultimate. Then we get clapped from behind because they have a Junkrat as well. You know, life is hard. There's not a lot you do about that one. As I was saying, our shield management's a lot better this game than it was previously so far. We did some, like, wandering off, leaving it around, not letting it regenerate properly, but we've been avoiding that so far, so definite improvement over the last game already. So that checkpoint's gone, whatever. It's Temple of Anubis, not the end of the world. We should have sent the shield over there to try and keep Junkrat alive. Like, Junkrat's doing some dumb shit, so it's not exactly our fault if he dies, but we could have been trying to keep that guy alive without really risking ourselves. Also, I've just done like stand perfectly still like that out in the middle of nowhere. We shouldn't have been that far up anyway, like, that point was gone. We're going to be defending the second checkpoint. We don't want to be standing out there during that, really. So, Soldier's doing this. He's dead now, as he should be for that one. Managed to block that. Nope, we didn't. Hold on. So I was going to talk about that, but did that actually hit everybody except us? It sure fucking did. Even Junkrat, who was like an inch in front of us. See? Incredible. Oh wait, no, Junkrat didn't get stunned. It just looked like he was falling backwards. Yeah, no, he didn't get stunned. Never mind. But it did hit those 2 guys, so, you know, sucks to be them. So, what I was originally gonna say was, it ended up being good that we didn't do this, because Ryan did that immediately afterwards, but while Toes is doing this, Toes is, like, out of position right now, so I would have thrown the rock at him right here to try and kill the guy, because he's, like, walking into our whole team, and Kinetic Grasp does not eat the rock, so we could have just stunned him right here in the middle of our team, and hopefully killed him. Now, it ends up being good we didn't do that, because that means we get to use the rock for this instead. But I would have liked to stun Toes right. Damn, he's got his ult again. He's done a good job of charging that one up. It's not been that long. Toes does do a lot of damage, to be fair. Yeah, so I would have liked to just stun Toes while he was walking through our team like that, because he was, like, really out of position, and we've got a stun as Toes. So if somebody's out of position, we can just fucking clap him and kill him. My camera has just, like, ever so slowly been trending that way. I just suddenly noticed looking over that the microphone was, like, center of the shot. So now we've got gravitic flux built up. Kinetic, gravitic, whatever, you know, potato. Junkrat's using his ult right now, so hopefully we shouldn't have to worry about this next fight too much. He did get Moira, so he got their main healer. You know, they're gonna have a lot of trouble getting in right now. Looks like Soldier's getting fucked up wherever he is as well. He got away with it. So, yep, well, that's what I wanted to do before, but Mei fucked it up for us that time, so, yeah, you know. So, we've got Gravitic Flux there. Junkrat's using his ultimate now. Hey, we got it. Alright, great. It is better to try and shoot it, but it is harder to get the 2 shots to land on the tire, but it is better to shoot it with the left click rather than throw the rock at it. But it is a lot easier to hit it with the rock, I find. Anyway, so managed to stop that one. Their Rhine just died as well, so they're gonna have a lot of trouble getting in right now. Mei's using her ultimate. She definitely didn't need to. They already lost 2 people by the time she started ulting, so... You know, whatever. We can save our ult for the next fight at least. Kinetic or Gravitic Flux could be enough, depending on if their Lucio has Sound Barrier or not when they come round again. He's at 60% right now. Obviously, we wouldn't know that in-game, but if he's got Sound Barrier up, Kinetic Grass, or Gravitic Flux, god damn it, becomes a lot less good. But I mean, you know, such is life. It's this way with Toes, where you throw your ultimate at the enemy team, and more often than not, it returns nothing of value. We let our shield break here. I was watching it this whole time I was talking, and yep, we let it break, went on cooldown. We don't want to let that happen. We've been a lot better about that in this game than the last game we watched, so we won't belabor it too much. Probably just slipped our mind. It happens. I forget about it all the fucking time still. Many a time I've been walking around and I've been like, oh fuck, it's still up, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so half their team just died, half their team's still in here. Yep, chuck the rock at that guy. Missed. Life is hard. It's our Junkrat that's using his ult right now. It didn't do anything. Stay off the Junkrat. Yeah, I can't see that part of my monitor. There we go. So we're in Grasp again, or Flux again. God, why do I keep trying to call Kinetic Grasp? Or Gravitic Flux Kinetic Grasp. It's definitely not that. So, we were really desperate to, like, suck up that Moira orb right there, I think. This is a very unfortunate position we're in right now, because we're very low, and at the same time this is happening, Soldier's using Tac Visor behind us. So this is a very, very bad situation. Toes is currently using his Kinetic Grasp at us as well. Because he's also low. So we should be trying to block Soldier right now, rather than this guy, but I think we were trying to scoop up Moira's orb. Soldier's more concern at that, more pressing concern at that point in time. So, yeah, this is the thing with us not having a defensive ultimate, is it makes their Toes ult a lot better in comparison to ours. Like, a lot of these ults we're getting caught in, and we're pretty much just fucked off of that alone, because we've got no cover against it. I like that little... I like the choice to throw the shield up like that, seeing as we're basically, nobody's here to be protected right now, we're just concerned about protecting ourselves, so I like that. Unfortunately, they don't really group up for us. That, we just barely missed getting the Rhine there. We did a big think on this one, though. Could we have done better than that? Those two over there were close together, but... just barely missed getting the Rhine. Getting those two alone would have been fine, but we used it a little bit too late and only scooped up the Rhine instead. Oh, Rhine got Earth Shatter off behind us. You know, now we do have to try and worry about blocking Earth Shatter's Toes, but from the position we were in, it would have been rather a tall ask to begin with. If we caught the Reinhardt as well, it would have made it easier, unless he, like, while he was up in the air, decided, I'm fucking ulting, dude. I've seen Reinhardts do that before. Just like, yep, I'm in Gravitic Flux, so that means Earth Shatter's gonna be a lot stronger when I land, right? Right? And then they die on impact, but, you know. It would feel really good if it worked, so they do it. Like when they are attacking Hanamura, second checkpoint, classic maneuver. You go up, you jump off the high ground, try and slam that boy down, and the enemy team are just like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? You know? But it would feel fucking incredible if it worked, though, wouldn't it? So, to be honest with you, there hasn't been too much to say. We've more or less just been playing Toes. Like, this is a pretty solid Toes game all around. Like, the times we've died have been largely based off the other Toes' ults, but we have limited options for dealing with that one as Toes ourselves. And you might notice the second round of this game is going to be a lot fucking shorter, so you might have an idea of how this comes out. So we're in Silver right now. Bear in mind, this is a lot better than I would expect of the average Silver Toes player. We didn't step on it because someone else stepped on it first, but we were beelining straight for that trap. But May stood on it first. May didn't die, so good for her, but we were closing in on that trap. We can break the trap really quickly as Toes as well. So we're trying to get people, we took the shield down early for if we're expecting people to follow us, because if they're following us around and we take it down like right there before we've even seen them, they still have to cover most of the distance to follow us, but they're going a different way to us anyway, which we're not really, we're either not aware or we're deciding to just go this way regardless. You know, we want to go with our team. Like, we can just clap this guy, to be honest with you. He doesn't suspect a thing. We might as well just clap that guy. So we should be with our team. As we can see, this is going to work regardless, but we don't want to be going off flanking when we're playing the main tank, really. You know, as sick as it would be to be playing Reinhardt and go off just like, I love it, dude. I love when you watch a Reinhardt go off to flank because he's got Earth Shatter. So you just watch big man Reinhardt crouch walking all the way over with his hammer up, like, oh yeah, somehow nobody can fucking hear this guy coming, even though he probably weighs more than Roadhog in total, counting the armor. You know, doesn't make a fucking sound though, must be really well oiled, doesn't make a single fucking noise. Anyway, don't do that. don't go off doing those kinds of things. We should have been with our team while we were doing that. It ended up not mattering, obviously, but we shouldn't have done what we did all the same. But hey, if you don't get punished, you don't have to learn. That's what I always say. So, we can't lose anymore. They didn't capture the first point, or the first tick on the second point, so we can no longer lose. And this is a really good start. They just lost Toes right at the start of this push. We're about to walk in that trap again. Yeah, I saw it coming, and I was like, we're walking straight towards it. Gotta watch your feetsies. Especially as Toes. Like, Jesus Christ, we're going out there, not guarding our Toes against these fucking bear traps, dog. We are gonna lose one of these Toes, and that's just not good. So we left that there to watch over your Junkrat while we're going. Fair enough, I suppose. He was unlikely to get got from there, but a nice thought all the same, just in case. And hey, we won the game. Yeah, not a lot to say about it, to be honest. That was way better. On defense, that was way better than I expect from the average Silver Toes player. Then when we switch to the attacking round, we do what I would consider to be a fairly typical, like, Silver tank maneuver, which is like, alright, we're gonna go this way. Team? Well, whatever, I'm still going. We don't want to do that. As soon as we realized our team wasn't following us, we should have just gone the way they were going, rather than going off by ourselves. Hey, it worked out. It's like I always say, if you don't get punished, you don't have to learn, but that was the worst thing in that game. The defending round, by all accounts, was a pretty good game of Toes. I would not have expected... If you had shown me the defending round and didn't tell me the SR of the person in it, I would have probably guessed that was, like, mid-upper gold based off of all that. Like, it was, by and large, pretty good game of Toes. Not a whole lot to say about it. Shield management was way better over the last game that we watched from this person, so fantastic improvement. You said in the email that you're still in Silver currently, but you did manage to reach a new career high. Good job, congratulations. Like, based off this game, you shouldn't have any trouble getting into gold, to be honest with you. I would expect you to relatively soon, based off of that gameplay, to be honest, if you haven't already, because this email is at this point, oh, it's only 4 days old. I thought it was older than that. Never mind. You might still be, by now. I would expect you to, based off of that gameplay. The attacking rounds, you know, don't go off doing that kind of thing, especially as the main tank, you know. If you're the off tank, it's a little less bad. You still don't want to do it, but, you know, like, overall, good game. And in the email, there was a brief question, which was, I'm also wondering your opinion on the next patch in regards to if Sigma will benefit or not. No, not at all. Not at all. Toes looks to be one of the biggest losers in the next patch, to be honest with you, because I would consider the nerf he is receiving to his shield to be tremendously egregious. It does not need to be as drastic of a reduction as it's about to be. He should still be playable and all. Like, I don't think that Toes is going to suddenly become completely unviable, but no, he definitely is going to suffer from the patch. He's not going to be a happy camper after this one. Shield management is about to become drastically more difficult for Toes. So, no, he won't benefit from it, but he shouldn't be rendered, like, completely unplayable or anything like that. It's very hard to be completely unplayable in Overwatch these days. I feel like the game, by and large, is pretty balanced overall. I'm not expecting anybody to become, like, unplayable after this patch, but no, Toes is not going to benefit from this patch. So, before we go, let's look at what we got in the recommendations, because they've been staring at us the whole time. I really like Seth, Scene Tatch, but his style of humor is not for anyone. You could very easily be offended. Watch with caution. But I personally find them to be quite funny. Dropping the ball. Dragon Ball Z's depressing 30th anniversary set. Plus its full history. Nah, I'm not about that, thanks. Little V Mills is really a really talented musician who does metal covers of all kinds of shit. Very talented man. Highly recommend. Mandalore's great. Ruffelmonger is a fighting games guy, does Dragon Ball FighterZ and Mortal Kombat, the new one. 12? 11? I don't know. That one. So he's good. If you're play either of those games, I would recommend. If you're into speedrunning, Easy Escape's pretty good. The ending credits for God Hand is one of the best songs in existence, not just for a video game OST. Like, in general, one of the greatest songs ever created. If you've never heard the God Hand ending credits, go listen to it right now. It's fantastic. And Rising OST is also very good. So, there you go. Good game overall. No, Toes won't benefit. Follow all of these people if they interest you. Good stuff. Thank you very much for watching if you did. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. If you haven't already, you can join our Discord and ask questions more directly and have a conversation about them, or just shitpost with us. I'll start streaming on Twitch Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 8 p.m. EST till midnight EST. There's a link to the channel in the description. And if you managed to make it all the way through the video and somehow still enjoyed it, please like the video and subscribe for more content of middling quality in the future. And I hope you found the video helpful.